We can always bypass this. Put one more query. This is only for example I'm showing you. So in this query, you can get customer, you can get region. So this is the distinct query it is going to generate, and you can join it back here. Instead of connecting it here, you can do it like this and get the output like this, in which in here you already have the distinct, but finally what you are going to do is here you can generate a join statement where customer ID is equal to customer ID. This is how you will have to do. This is also a valid one. So in here, whatever is in equality to this particular query, you have already made a distinct by customer by region. And if you do a join here, it will take the inner join condition. So if there is any extra record here, it will not take it into consideration. It will only give you those customers that are unique across a region. Okay. Actually, Hilal, what you'll have to do is go and practice it. If you do it as an exercise, you will understand. You can do certainly many things in data services. There is no restriction. But to cover that scenario, you should generate it. You should simulate that scenario. If you simulate the data in such a way here, if our time permits, then we should be able to always do anything we want. You can always do distinct however you want it to do. This is also one of the ways. Tell me if it is not clear, I can explain you again. Okay, you can always do anything distinct, but the other way also, we are going to go forward and look that you can put a SQL statement here and do whatever you wanted to do. But currently, I am trying to use the same method whatever is given in the tutorial. So if I save this again, it won't be good for everyone to understand it. So I'm deleting this. I'm keeping it the original so that it makes your life easier that you understand it. No limitation unless it throws you a performance issue. Yeah, it is not actually the number of queries will be a performance constraint. It is generally the volume of data will be a performance constraint. But when you use too many transforms in between, any transform is going to consume resources of data services. Data services is good to handle 2 gigabytes of data in its memory. If it is more than 2 gigabytes, still it is good. It will use the pageable cache which is on the job server. It will do it. But if it goes beyond that, then data services will be facing tough situations that the memory size will be used completely. The resources of job, CPU, everything will be used completely, and you will be in trouble. So certainly there is no limitation. You can use all and any of these transforms in a single data flow. No one can stop you. Whatever the transforms given here, you can mix and match all the transforms and use between a source and target. It works. But use the transform in a smart way depending upon the volume of data. That is what is important. Okay? Any other questions so far, guys? Okay, if there are no questions, I proceed forward, and we will see what is being mentioned in this document. If there is nothing much, I have to divert from this topic, and then okay, there is also important thing. We will see the debugger, inserting a breakpoint. This is all important. We'll see this. But the only one problem I have is I don't know why the debugger mode is not working. Let me rerun it and see if it works. We'll be in a happy situation that I can show you things better than normal. So what I'm going to do is the sample rate I will keep it low, just 10 records, and monitor sample rate even I will put everything very low so that um, it won't use too much of resources, because that's where I feel troublesome. It could be the resource problem. No, I have did it several times even on a 2 gigabyte memory computer. This is a 4 gigabyte memory computer. It should not trouble me, but something wrong. It is not able to pull it out. You see here, whatever it generates, if I click here, it should show me. So I couldn't find out a reason why is it not showing me the data. It is showing me the breakpoint, but it is not showing me the data, which is hard to understand why. Generally, if you click here, it should give you the data set, but the interactive debugger. Let me see whatever he mentions. The interactive debugger is on or not. Let me go into options, designer, general, environment. This is the interactive debugger here. So it is there. Server group for repository is equal to null. The interactive debugger is on 5001. The port is 5001. What I can do is let me change the interactive debugger on my job server to a different port and see if it makes sense. Because I wanted to show you the debug mode, which is very useful. The only way you can actually fix any kind of problems within the transformations is by using the debugger. But things are not working in favor to me. It is still killing me, not showing the debugger. So let me modify and see if it works. There is nothing I can do in the job server for the interactive debugger. Let me look at it. Earlier, this will be actually, there should be an option for me to modify this, but it is not accepting myself to go and modify the interactive debugger. I don't know the reason. But I mean, try it on your machine, guys. If you click on this particular symbol, the data has to be shown here. But without the interactive debugger, even we can watch the breakpoints and do the debugging in that way. Let me stop this debug mode and I will run the call stack. Call stack is unavailable. Trace. Uh, So the other important thing, we will look at the breakpoint and auditing options that we have here, rather than spending time in why is this debugger is not working. But why don't you help me out? One of you run the same job on your mission and see, after you run the job in debug mode, by running in debug mode, what it means is I will show you, so that you help me out. You can run any job even now. I will send you the job now. You say start debug, and after the job is completed, do not ask the debugger to exit. Instead, keep the debugger in session and then work on it. So if you have some patience, you can actually even do it now. I can send you this ATL file. You can run the same ATL file and it should be able to give you, but you have to create the source and target tables. So we will not waste time on that. So instead, what